Hello, my name is Emily Rohan, and this is my final presentation on my integrated workplace analysis for my chosen company, Ernst & Young. In the following presentation, I'll provide an overview of EY as a company, pinpoint the areas of identified weakness, give a recommendation on how to improve these areas of weakness, provide tips for resistance to change, and wrap up with a summarized conclusion. Ernst & Young is a large, multinational public accounting firm that provides a variety of services such as tax, advisory, and audit to major companies all around the world. Some of their more notable clients include Coca-Cola, Verizon, and General Motors. Within the firm, there are around 250 to 260,000 employees across 700 offices all around the world, with each home office housing around 200 to 300 employees. While Ernst & Young has a strong organizational culture, an excellent motivational environment, and multiple avenues for communication and collaboration, there are some areas of the firm that can be expanded upon and enhanced. In the following action plan, two major areas of improvement will be recommended: alterations to the current recruitment process, and a breakdown of the strict hierarchical structure within the firm. The vast majority of new and current employees are hired in as young graduates that have passed through a stringent recruitment process. The recruitment process takes approximately 18 to 24 months and includes development workshops, 1 to 2 internships, multiple interviews, and then the successful completion of required secondary education and certifications. Historically, Ernst & Young has only recruited from the major universities surrounding a home office. Additionally, during the recruitment process, recent graduates are offered full-time employment contingent upon completing both their master's in accounting and then successfully passing the CPA exam within a short window of time. The allotted period of time is generally 1 year, which is doable, but does require an extensive full-time studying schedule that leaves no time for part-time, let alone full-time employment. Recruiting from only major universities surrounding a home office immediately eliminates any bright student that might be studying at a junior college or a smaller private university. Additionally, the strict 1-year window to complete a master's degree and then pass the CPA exam favors only potential hires that are financially capable of not working for an entire year. In the end, due to the stringent hiring and recruitment process that hasn't changed in decades, Ernst & Young hires individuals coming from all very similar backgrounds, economic classes, and perspectives, offering little diversity to their company. This is a major cultural deficiency and an internal force for change, as diverse teams are smarter, more efficient, and more innovative, which are key elements for success in today's highly competitive market. Within the firm, a strict hierarchy of roles is in place that interns, who are at the bottom of the ladder, must quickly learn and understand. Interns are only to go to staff employees, who are like that second rung of the ladder, and staff employees are only to communicate down to interns and receive directive from senior staff, who are the third rung of the ladder above staff, and so on, up and down. There's no flexibility outside of an employee's immediate chain of command, which can be the cause for a variety of deficiencies. The strict hierarchy and defined roles limits communication among all employees within the firm, resulting in disproportionate flows of information and a stifling of ideas or collaboration. Additionally, a strict hierarchy limits relationship building among employees of dissimilar rates, creating cliques and small group mentality, which limits perspective on how goals and individual performance directly impact the company as a whole. There are 4 recommended changes EY should consider implementing to improve the defined areas of weaknesses. Expand the recruitment process to go beyond major universities and increase the amount of allowed time to complete the all-employment contingent stipulations. And break down some of the hierarchy by implementing monthly face-to-face meetings within a home office, and then expand internal mentorship programs beyond just the new employees and interns. In addition to recruiting at major universities, Ernst & Young should broaden their reach by making visits to local community colleges and smaller universities, opening the doors to students and potential new hires of different backgrounds, perspectives, and levels of experience. To go a step further, Ernst & Young should consider opening applications to the public, as opposed to only recruiting potential new hires from schools, as it can be argued that in some cases, experience and time in field can be more valuable than just a degree with no experience. Ernst & Young should also increase the timeline expected for a completion of a master's degree and a CPA certification that official employment is contingent upon. By imposing this timeline, it is disadvantageous for potential hires that are not of financial means to divert working for an additional year, and it ultimately is advantageous for new hires of a certain economic class. Ernst & Young should offer an expanded timeline of 2 years with full-time employment beginning at completion, whenever that may fall within the two-year period. This added flexibility will increase the diversity of the pool of potential hires, giving a larger group of individuals the opportunity to do great things working for Ernst & Young. Ernst & Young can tackle the rigid hierarchy by implementing monthly meetings that bring all members of a home office, including the partners all the way up at the top to the interns all the way down at the bottom, together into one place to discuss firm-wide goals, performances, and future objectives. These monthly meetings will provide a platform to open up lines of communication and discuss the current lines of communication and discussion that currently don't exist within the firm. With increased communication among all ranks of the hierarchy comes an opportunity for additional relationship building, networking, and the establishment of an environment of cohesion among employees. EY should also consider expanding their mentorship program beyond just the new interns that cycle in each year. Mentorship programs can be utilized throughout the firm as a means of relationship building among employees of different ranks, as well as a means of enriching and investing in current employees to guide them in their professional development. It is recommended that Ernst & Young use a combination external-internal change agent as a means of implementing the changes. A combination external-internal change agent utilizes both agents and often involves an internal change team working closely with the hired consultant to diagnose the problems within an organization, establish a plan for implementing these changes across the firm, monitor that progress, and then evaluate the success. It is recommended that Ernst & Young utilize this method for 2 reasons. One, the reason for their change is all internal, and the company is so large. Implementing an internal change agent would be beneficial since these members are privy to the inner workings of the company and can appropriately diagnose and assist in rewriting company policy, setting an example, and encouraging change among their fellow employees. However, because Ernst & Young is so large, employing more than 260,000 people, it's necessary to consult with a professional that can provide tools, workshops, and training for implementing such a large-scale change. One major proponent to battling resistance to change is to ensure that everyone in the company is on board and working towards these new goals and changes. It is especially important for management and those upper-level partners to be on board as they set an example for all the employees below them. Additionally, providing the reasoning behind the changes and explaining how the company as a whole will benefit from the changes is a great way to help employees to understand the deeper root behind behavioral changes and why it is important. Lastly, incentivizing changes and added performance rewards are always a great way to motivate employees and eliminate some of that resistance. In conclusion, by expanding the recruitment process and eliminating internal measures such as implementing internal measures such as monthly collaborative meetings and mentorship programs, Ernst & Young could utilize the advantages of change to further improve their efficiency, diversity, communication, and ultimately the success of their entire firm. And these are my references that I've used. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation.